Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here. Halfway, well, in a few hours, we will be halfway through this year. Seems unbelievable. Thank you for spending the midpoint with me here. If you want to follow along, Genesis chapter number 34, beginning in verse number 7. I'm going to look at about 11 verses today, so I'm not going to read them. I'm going to paraphrase them for you. Hopefully you'll read verses 7 through 17 on your own. And as you do that, again, please like, share, comment on the post. All right, beginning in verse 7, we start seeing what Paul Harvey would call the rest of the story. At this point, Jacob's sons had obviously been out in the field working, and as this proposal of marriage is being made, they come in and they are livid. This young man Shechem has defiled their only sister. She was the only little girl. No doubt she was, again, probably the apple of their eye. They loved their little sister. Not only that, he had brought shame to the people of Israel. He had come in and intervened by forcing himself on Dinah. Bible says in verse 7, he'd done an outrageous thing in Israel, violated their law. But Hamor says, hold on. I know I'm not, that's it. Let's try to make it right. I want to make a proposal to you. If you will let your daughter Dinah marry my son Shechem, it'll be a great thing. He says it'll be wonderful. Bring these two great nations together, make a huge nation, a strong nation together, a bunch of people working together. It'll provide, security. We can work together, protect each other. It'll keep us from fighting with each other. It'll give us more power in the markets and trading and those kinds of things. It'll be just a great thing. At this point, Shechem himself jumps in and he says, listen, all that daddy said is true, but I'll give you anything you want. You name the price. I love this girl, and I will pay anything to have her. You name your price, and I will take her. Now, Jacob's sons, they respond with a counteroffer. They're being businessmen here. Nope, we can't do that. We can't let our daughter marry you because you are uncircumcised. And no doubt they explained why circumcision was an important issue to the people of Israel, to the Jews, to God's people, is a sign among them. They said, but tell you what, if all the men in your camp, if all of them will be circumcised and therefore identify yourself with the nation of Israel, then I guess they will be able to get married, if you will agree to that. They say, if you don't do that, no deal. If you don't agree to that deal, that's it. That's our one and only offer. No negotiation. Now, we're going to find out, if you haven't already, put two and two together. They had no intention of letting their sister marry this man. None whatsoever. They're lying straight through their teeth, and they're using their religion to get to it. They're not going to allow themselves, their sister, to be defiled by marrying a Hivite. There's no way they were going to go along with that. They're mad. They're mad at Shechem. He's violated their sister. He's embarrassed her. He's embarrassed their people, and they're plotting their revenge. They're going to, they're using religion here as a way to plot revenge, to get their way. A lot of folks do that. They misuse their religion. They'll use it to get people to be loyal. Get them, people have used religion, similar, well, if you're going to date my daughter, you're going to have to start coming to church. You're going to have to do this. We start, and the whole time you're not very spiritual yourself. You're just, throwing that out there. We do all kinds of things, in that way. We deceive others. The idea of getting, looking after the sister, taking care of the sister, seeing the man punished who has defiled her, that's well and good. But then to use religion to get what they want, it's doing a good thing, I guess, the wrong way, doing the right thing the wrong way. You can do that sometimes. You can do the right thing the wrong way. And that's exactly what these men are plotting in their life. And just brings us to the question, and the challenge for us is to make sure that we're doing the right thing the right way. For example, nothing wrong with being a missionary. But if God doesn't call you to the mission field, the missionary is the right thing. But if you go and you haven't been called, you're doing the right thing the wrong way. Being a preacher, nothing wrong with being a preacher. But if God didn't call you to preach, you can be doing the right thing the wrong way. Teaching a Sunday school class, right thing, wrong way. Getting married, nothing wrong with marriage. But if you don't pray and marry the person God would have you to, you're doing the right thing the wrong way. A lot of times that happens. We need to be careful of that. You think about it. Have a good day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.